Welcome back to our new series Anno 2005. Before the amazing success of Anno 1800, we had Anno 2005. I mean, we had many others, but that was the one just before. It is an amazingly beautiful one. It has a lot of the similar features. Don't hesitate to check episode 1 in the video description below if you missed it, but let's dive right in. We have already done a lot, and in particular right now I would want to finish the dam building. For this we need to take our command ship, go to the Spaceport and pick up 50 biopolymers. So here it is, we're picking it up, and then we need to deliver it to Metian's plane over here. Can press plus to accelerate, and here we are. With this, we have finished the first project, phase 1. We have one dam over here, right? It's producing a lot of electricity. This dam over here and this dam over here are still completely broken, but at least we have this one, giving us 1000 of electricity. So, you know, we were producing up to now 600. Now we have 1600. So we can basically pause all of the production that we had before. And by the way, we can soon also continue, right? We'll have the next one over here. To do that, we need to reach a corporation level 10. We are level 5 right now, right? So we need to continue advancing. Speaking of mission, we also have new side missions over here. You can see, for example, this one is find ambulance glider on any island, and we'll get 3 graphene. We have 5 minutes to do that, by the way. And here it is, we have found one. So 3 graphene for us, thank you. And then the second mission, which is load your vehicle with 13 organic food and deliver it for 1600 credit. We don't have a huge amount of credit, so why not, you know? We can do that. We have 95 of organic food in storage. Let's deliver it. Oh no, that is another mission, sorry, I missed it. This is this one over here. So yes, there's another, collect the floatsman, get some credits. Okay, that's great, but we should probably move on, because now in this episode we have access to a second region, the Arctic region. Before we do that, just make sure that, you know, the region that you live is in good shape, that you have a positive productions of what you need. For example, you know, the organic food, the water, and the vitamin. We are in positive, so all good, which means that this will stay stable basically, right? This will stay stable. This will continue to bring some money, so we can move on indeed to the next one. One thing we can do though is, as I said, we're producing way too much electricity, so we can pause all of our electricity modules, and I press shift to pause all of them at once, right? So all of them have been stopped, and now we are at 300 still, so that's great, and we're making a lot more money. So let's go to the Arctic. We're gonna take the first sector anyway, we'll get all 3 in the future. Welcome to phase 2 of the lunar licensing program. We are authorized to enter the Arctic to access special deposit of rare resources, and of course bring them back. Another beautiful region. There is the Arctic custodian. They are making sure that, you know, it stays below 0. Very delicate ecosystem, I can understand. So we have a ship over here, and we need to decide which island to take. We have again 4 different islands. Each of them have a number of different mountains and things like this. You can see this one over here, for example. This one looks huge. I don't remember, you know, which one is best. I think we're just gonna take this one. So we have a warehouse, Arctic warehouse, a bit of workforce, electricity, and logistic as always. And each of these regions will come with different challenges. Over here in the Arctic, we need to have heating. You know, if there's no heating, your people are not gonna be happy. Right now, the only heat source that we have is a warehouse. So if we put over here, that's fine. If we put it over here, it's not fine. So we're gonna start. Oh, this one is actually out of heating, sorry. Okay, I know it's not very pretty, but it's a start. Right, we have a start. We have some people, they are gonna want things, right? They want canned food, vitamin drinks, neuro implants, and community. So let's start with the canned food, which will require fish, right? And then a cannery. So we have the fish over here, and by the way, we also have a new type of resource. Now, instead of the polymer, we have this compression chamber, right? So it's a new one over here. We have small reserves before we get started. On all of those regions, by the way, you also have a trader. For example, this trading post over here is going to sell some of these metal foam if we want, you know, to not have too much of a problem. It will cost some money for sure. Okay, so it is. I have put a fishery over here, right? Fishing harbor. We have put one cannery, and similarly on the other side, I have put one aluminium mine and one of these compression chamber. Now, if you press V, you see that production are all over the place. You know, it's not at equilibrium because you could have two of these for one of these. You could have two of these for one of these, but we're also missing workforce, right? And we are very low on metal foam. Now, you may also be wondering why I've put this building over here in the middle of nowhere, this building here in the middle of nowhere, instead of putting it close to the production or close to the houses. It's because those factories produce heat. Now, if you look over here, for example, this compression chamber, it has a red range, so it's creating more heat, right? So if I put it over here, for example, now I can expand my houses in this corner too. So this is why you want, in my opinion, you need to spread all of those buildings as much as possible instead of putting them all together. And then you can put houses in all of those places. Now, do note that the Arctic is super expensive. You can see all of those buildings, they cost a lot of credit, which is why we've moved from more than 80,000 to less than 20,000 in just a few minutes. So definitely make sure you're ready for it before you move here. Now we have two canneries working, so we are at equilibrium for the fish. You know, we are producing 4, using 4, but we're still low on canned food. You know, we need more canned food for our people. I could go for a second fishing harbor, even more canneries, but that's gonna be tough. You know, we are low on everything. So instead, we can start playing with the modules, because you have modules, for example, over here, landing net. This will increase the production rate in exchange for increasing the maintenance cost. This one will decrease the workforce needed. This one decreasing the energy needed. And over here we have logistic maintenance that is decreased, right? So we can choose which modules to put, and of course, you know, this will take a bit of space and cost things, etc. We don't have access to the agriculture biocatalyst. That would be too easy to have that from the start, but I think, you know, this for sure could be a good one. We can have 3 of these if we want to, but just one already, you know, will have double our production of fish, which means we can then have another one of these and we should be fine. Somewhere over here, if I had the resources. Now, while we're waiting for our money to go back up a bit because the Arctic is so expensive, we can also do another RTS mission. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. There is a fortress. Okay, let's see if we can go to it, or at least, you know, gather some resources. Hello, Drake. Yes, you have a visitor. I'm here. So this time we don't have a friend to heal us, so we need to be careful. But we can also leave at any point in time, by the way. Now, one thing I'm going to do is the health of this one is a bit low. So now I'm only going to attack with those two. And then when the health of all of them is low, then I can repair all of them at once. Here it is, you know, all of them have a bit low health. So let's heal all of them at once. And then we can continue to attack. And here it is, victory. I actually didn't do many of the optional missions, not because I didn't want to, but because I missed it. So we can return to it and continue if we want to. Because I kind of went directly for the target. Now we have unlocked also all of those modules in our first region. So we can start using this. For example, over here, I have a lot of fruit plantations and vitamin condensers. Instead, we can delete them all and transform them into a layout a lot more efficient. And yes, I know that deleting costs money, but remember that pausing also still costs maintenance, so it's not so great. Instead, let's just really delete them. When we had all of this production over here, I was at -1 and at 0 for the fruits. Now I've only built 1 of those farms, but with 4 of those modules over here. So it has a 700% production rate, and we've also built only 1 of those vitamin condensers with here 6 of those modules, but they're very small, as you can see, and with this 400% production rate. This is a lot less workforce, a lot less energy, a lot less logistics and maintenance, as you can see, but basically the same production, right? So a lot more efficient, and definitely we need to start making use of this for all of them, right? Rice farm, it's the same over here. We should do the same. And so with this, I have also upgraded one corner over here into operators, and therefore we have unlocked a new production chain, biomedical laboratory. With this, we'll be able to produce the second need that is needed over here, but as you can see, this is slightly more complex because we need the synthetic cells, and for the synthetic cells, we need the algae. And these ones require a coastal building site. This is like the water, right? So good thing we have one over here because I have upgraded this water facility. We're gonna have 300 production capacity, right? So we've have one over here. We can build it. Okay, so here it is. We have placed one of these algae farm, one of these synth cell incubator, and one biomedical laboratory. We are not yet at 0. We have a consumption that is still higher, but we're also pretty close. And remember now we have access to the modules, so we should do that first and foremost. Okay, a few minutes later and I've cleaned the current production. For example, vitamin, we only have 2 over here and we're in positive. This is fed by those fruit plantation. There's a full one there and a small one there. Rice, similarly, we used to have a lot of rice. Now we have one over here, which is fully upgraded, and then a second there that is not fully upgraded. And that's enough. We are positive. And similarly, we are now positive on the rejuvenators. We had +3 for this and 0 for the 2 intermediate needs, thanks to this over here. Right, we have a second one over here for the alga farme, and then this one we have a couple of those modules right attached to it, and for the laboratory we have 2 modules attached over here too. And we have all of this upgraded to level 2, which means we also unlocked the security department. I built one over here. You can see it, quite a cool building. It's basically the police, right? And right now this is providing enough for the whole department over here. You can see they're all in positive, all in green for the security. So with all of this, we've obviously increased our population. We are now more than 3,000 operators, but more importantly, we're making more money. We're in positive in terms of money, so that's great. And that means we can probably refocus a bit on the Arctic. While I was hoping to actually focus on the Arctic, we've been attacked. There is a lot of enemies on the map over here. We need to do something about it. We actually have 30 minutes to do something about this, which is to destroy enemy ships. Okay, so my fleet has arrived over here, and we do have a couple of powers as always. Let's try to do this. Actually, here it is. Okay. This one has a bit of a low health. We're gonna keep it there. Oh, we lost the ship. I wasn't paying attention. Being repaired. 3 minutes. And while this is happening, they're actually stealing my organic food. That's really bad. We need to change that. They are leaving. Well, I guess the good thing is while this was happening, we gained quite a bit of money. And remember, we have a special project in all of the regions. So let's see what's happening here in the Arctic. Break routes straight through the ice, I guess for trading, right? Okay, we did the first one. It was just finding a couple of drones. That was easy. The second is gonna be a lot harder. 100 scientists. We don't really have that. We are actually quite far from being ready for this. But more importantly, we have a basic base going. We have over here a fishing harbor, which is slightly improved, right? We have 2 of these. Then over here we have a cannery with 3 modules to be able to produce enough for our population. And then we have the aluminium mine and 1 compressor chambers, which is using all of our electricity. We have all our electricity. We may want to actually try to decrease that too. So where it is, this one, for example, right? Energy maintenance -10, because this is taking 25. What else is taking a lot? This is taking 23 and this is taking 40 actually. So this is more this one actually. Because 40, that's gonna be a lot more, and 20, yeah. So this one we want to reduce the energy maintenance for sure. It is a lot of foam though. Good thing we're making tons of money right now. Okay, so we've added 2 accumulators units, and with this we are back into positive, or at least 0 for the electricity. And with this, we've also reached 50 population of protectors. We're producing metal foam ourselves, so we're ready to start upgrading the spaceport in the Arctic. 6 metal foam, let's do it. Oh, and Virgil attacks, of course, the climate. Earth's barely healed wound. They're going to destroy this thing, which is managing the weather. That's not good. That's not good. And that's probably a mission. I'm not responsible for this. Okay, clearly we need to do something about this. So it is, we have a new mission, a new intervention. We need to free the climate stabilizer by destroying the orbital watch transmitters. And by the way, with this, we're gonna get a new resource, the petrochemical. Okay, let's go. It's a completely new map, of course. We're in the Arctic, and it is. We have finished the mission. Wasn't that hard. It's still the easiest difficulty. But with this, our military level continues to increase. We get a lot of resources, petrochemical in particular. That's a new one. And we can improve our third ship, the Spark. Cost a lot of money, but yeah, let's do it. And with this, we get the support of the Arctic. And we have a new mission, mission 11. And with this, we can complete our spaceport in the Arctic. Sorry, I spoke actually a bit too quickly. It wasn't finishing, it was just the second step. To go to the third step, we need to have these new resources, the super alloy. We're not there yet. So we have our next mission, getting 250 scientists in the Arctic. To do this, obviously, we're gonna need to provide all of those elements here, including the vitamin drinks that are coming from the other map, right? From the basin. So we're gonna create our first transfer route. But that will be in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Please smash the like button. I really hope to see you next time for another exciting episode.